CB Jaire Alexander returned to practice from suspension Wednesday and said afterward that he was surprised by the discipline levied by the team after Alexander appointed himself captain before Green Bay's win over the Panthers in Week 16. He thought perhaps he'd only get fined. At the same time, Alexander appeared remorseful while talking with reporters and said such a drastic punishment gives him a different outlook on how he might carry himself around the building. "I think it was definitely something to learn from," Alexander said. "There's definitely things that I could have improved upon during that week to help with communication. Moving forward, that won't happen again." Alexander, a two-time All-Pro selection and the highest-paid cornerback in NFL history, said it's easy to talk to his teammates but a little bit of a challenge to talk to anybody else. Alexander said he has to improve at that in the wake of the one-game suspension handed down by head coach Matt LaFleur and general manager Brian Gutekunst. LaFleur said last week that it's never for one thing. However, when asked whether Alexander's suspension came strictly because of the coin toss incident in Charlotte, Alexander's hometown, or whether it was the last straw in a string of incidents. Based on how Alexander spoke, the normally eccentric 26-year-old said his interviews might be more serious in the future. It seems the Packers' last-ditch attempt to get Alexander in line served as a wake-up call that got through. Both LaFleur and Gutekunst said they had productive conversations with Alexander. "It doesn't affect my relationship with anybody," Alexander said. "I think if anything, it improved it." Ellipsis. "It was good for both parties to hear both sides. That's kind of what we alluded to. We got down to the nitty-gritty. Ellipsis. We all just agreed to be on the same page with communication moving forward." Alexander said he was very upset to not match up against Vikings All-Pro wide receiver Justin Jefferson on Sunday night. "But when my guys went out there and did what they did, I can't be too mad," Alexander said. "I was pretty happy. I sicked my young bulls on them and I didn't have to move a muscle." Alexander has played in only 6 of a potential 16 games this season, missing 3 early in the season with a back injury and then 6 consecutive games from weeks 10 to 15 with a shoulder injury. Alexander returned against the Panthers and said he, pretty much, finished that game without any setbacks. Asked if his shoulder is healthy enough to go against the Chicago Bears in a win and in-game Sunday at Lambeau Field, Alexander said, "It should be good." He was estimated as a full participant on the injury report following Wednesday's walkthrough. In Alexander's place this season, and with the trade of cornerback Rasul Douglas, rookie 7th-round pick Carrington Valentine and veteran Corey Ballentini have fared well, perhaps most notably against the Vikings on Sunday night. They helped limit Jefferson to 5 catches and 59 yards and standout rookie Jordan Addison to 28 yards on 3 catches. even with reserves exceeding expectations, anticipate Alexander returning to his normal starting role against the Bears on Sunday. "I will say that it was great to have him back," LaFleur said. "We had a great conversation on Monday, and I think he's ready to go." LaFleur said last week that he thinks Alexander will be a Packer for a long time. He has 2 years remaining on the 4-year, $84 million contract extension he signed in the 2022 offseason, and trading him before June 1 would cost the Packers about $3 million in cap space while incurring a dead money charge of approximately $27 million, according to Over the Cap. Alexander said he's very grateful to be with the organization and reiterated that he wants to be on the team in 2024. The cornerback was one of 21 players listed on the Packers injury report estimation Wednesday.